Okay, what's up guys? Now let's analyze these Euro USD charts. It's been long I did some chart analysis, so I felt okay, let me do that today. So first of all, the chart, what you see here is my two moving average. So I have the 200 period moving average, this the pink one. 200 period moving average set to simple, shift 0, pink. Then I have the 50 period moving average. 50 period moving average set to simple, follow, shift 0. So now, like I always like to say, it doesn't mean that this is the best moving average to use. I'm just telling you that this is what I use, so you can do whatever works for you. This is what I use. So the first thing I do when I want to analyze the chart is to mark my levels, the structures, support and resistance zone that are obvious close to the market area. So like I always love to say, because you never can tell, someone might be watching your video for the first time. So if you've watched my video before, don't get bored, please. I'm just trying to carry everybody along. Some people might be the first time watching my video. So when you're structuring the market, don't make the mistake of going from up like this, put one structural line here, another one here, another one here. No, you don't need that, because the market has gone beyond all those places. So before market will come there again, it's going to be a long time. So it's not going to be relevant to your present trade you want to take. So put the structural line where close to where the market is. Look for the structural lines that are there where your market is at the moment. So here now you can see this is a valid structural line, because the market breaks through this place, then it lands on top here, ranges, breaks through again, it's still range around it, break through again. So there are several points where the market touches this line, so you see this valid structure zone. So now this place where it's getting to, it got here, it went back, it got here, it went back. That's another line there. That could be maybe on the 4-hour. So you put another one there. For now, those two are good, but if you like, you can still put another one up here. It was gotten up here, so this 3 is okay. So this is where the market is at the moment, this center place here now. So before the market will break through here, touch this 50 period moving average, and I'll be coming down about, that's long thing. So you accept you want to be in the market for several days. So this is a trend line that I can see here now. So now let's go to the, now I said something that the market does not move except it forms an engulfing candle, a liquidity zone. So what I mean by engulfing candles are, there are several patterns of it, but when you see this green red candle that is long, and you see the short green candle, so this is an engulfing pattern. It shows that the market, there's a sell momentum, so it's about to move. So it comes back to retest it, boom, and it went down. And it could be the other way around too. You see the small green red candle and the long green candle, market came down. So, and if you also see red green red, is a sign that market is going down. Red green red. If you see green red green, is a sign that market is going up. So I'll still show you that later on. So like when you see this green red green, market is going up. So if, let's assume that all these ones have not formed yet, you only see these 3 candles. Let me mark it. Let's assume that this is the only 3 candles you saw. You don't have all this 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have all these ones yet. Only these 3 candles you've seen. You should be looking for a buy. But guess what? The market for came down to sell. It's not selling. It's coming to retest this zone before going up. and this is on a daily time frame. So for the next 1, 2, 3, 4 days, for the next 4 days, market went up. So be mindful of that. So after you've marked this your trend line, we will now be looking for what are the engulfing patterns that we have seen to know what's going to happen. So now this is a serious baseline. This place, the serious baseline, and there you see an engulfing pattern. You see this long green candle, I see this short red candle. This is an engulfing pattern, and that's what pushed this market upward. So now you might be confused with double tops here. You see these two top, like that. So in order not to be confused, let me remove this one. So in order not to, oh shots, everything went away. Let me redo them. So in order not to be confused with that, let's go to other time frames to see what's happening. Okay, so you can make it to, then put another one outside it here like this. Now what you need to know is that whenever market is going down, it will break a structure line to get more people faked out before going down. This is what I mean. Here now, let me zoom out. It tends to go down, but it broke through this structure line, so a lot of people would have entered buy, then they now use that to come down. You understand now? This same thing here, it wants to go down. It broke through the structure line. A lot of people will enter buy, then they use that to come down, so several people will lose. Are you getting it now? So now in this place now, you see that it refused to break through this line. Do you understand now? It refused to break through this line, so a lot of people will be inside sell. Are you getting it? People will be inside sell because they'll say it's below the structure line. Do you get it now? But it doesn't work that way. So for it not to break through, there's probably that wants to buy. So then plus this one that we have seen now, we have seen this strong engulfing candle that is down here. Strong engulfing candle that is down here. One, we see this curve that is down like this. When curve happens like this, it's always a sign of transition to a new trend. So now let's also mark this zone. We have marked this zone now. Now even though we have seen two double top here, don't be confused by it. So we'll go to a lower time frame like 8. This is on a daily, so let's go to the 12 hours time frame. What do we see there? Okay, now on the 12-hour time frame, you see that the market is sitting on top of the 200 period moving average. That's broken through the 200 period moving average. Now you need to know that the 50 period moving average is the mid range of the market. It's middle. Whenever market is below the 50 period, we're in a downtrend. When market is above the 50 period, we're in an uptrend, but it's middle. But before it will confirm when that's broken above the 200, then depending on the time frame, you get. So now this is on the so based on what I just said, now let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. You see, so now on the daily, market has broken above the 50 period moving average, so we're in an uptrend, even though it's still looking like a downtrend. You see it, it's looking like a downtrend because we are still below the 200 period moving average. So on the daily, we're already above 50 period moving average on the daily. Now let's go to that 12 hours now. So now on the 12 hours, we have already broken above the 50 period moving average, and we're already broken above the 200 again. So 12 hours has confirmed that we're in an uptrend already. This one now is no longer a downtrend again in the 12 hours. Look at it. This is 200 period moving average that market has been below for several long time. Now market is above it. You see. So now those pattern I was telling you about, look at it. So they will now have another green, red, green here. You see it, green, red, green. You see it. So let me just draw this out now. So more things are confirming our analysis now. We are on the daily. We have seen the engulfing pattern. We have seen that it has broken above the 50 period. Now on the 12 hours, we see that it has broken above the 50 period moving average. It has broken above the 200 period moving average. So this is a retest to come and retest this green, red, green. To come and retest it, and it's likely to move forward. And I told you that if you want to, assuming this market wants to sell, it will break above this structure line to fake people that as if a structure line has broken or is going up. So a lot of people will enter buy to now come down. That's why you see it here. A lot of people will enter buy because that's broken up and it's a full candle showing that there's serious momentum, but it's a lie. Look at how it came down. So that's how it always does. So now here again, it now broke through this trend line for a lot of people to enter sell. That man, it has broken trend line. Oh, Kai. So a lot of people will now enter sell. It now use that to go up. So that's how it does. But here now, it now refuses to go up. It refuses to break this line. So a lot of people will still be in their sell position. So let's keep. And whereas we have seen two different lines that this thing has broken through moving average lines. So let's move to the 8 hours and see what we can find there. So now on the 8 hours now, we now see a crossover. Shantara Barabaraba. Crossover. I don't want to delete all this thing I've put there. So this pink line you're seeing, that's the 200 period moving average. This green line, that's the 50 period moving average. Then here they have crossed. Let me put something there so you see. In this place, they have crossover. So let me just delete only this one so that everything doesn't go away. So there's a crossover here already, meaning we have entered, it's about to enter uptrend. So that's what we can see there, crossover. So and you can also see the green, red, green on the 8 period movement, on the 8 hour time frame. So let's go to the 6 hours again. So you need to confirm what you're seeing on every time frame to be sure of, so it will not be trial and error. So on the 4 hour, on the 6 hours, there's already a crossover. You see it, the green has crossed over the red moving average. So there's a crossover here already. So, and when I'm saying crossover, you might not get what I'm saying. Look at the market. Anytime there's a crossover, what do you see? Here, the red crossover the green. The green crossover the red, I beg your pardon. The green came down, then there's a crossover here. What do you see? You see how far the market went? Here there's a crossover, but it's fake out. Then a crossover back. You see it? So now there's another crossover in here. What do you expect? So whenever there's a crossover, don't take it lightly. So now let's go to the 4 hours time frame and see what we can find. I'm talking gently because it's midnight. So I don't want to wake my people. Okay, so based on everything so this is the 4 hour time frame now. So based on everything we have analyzed, so what we're going to do now is to draw a trend line here on the 4 hours time frame. Now one thing I want you to know is that because we have made the analysis that this is a buy, you don't foresee that it must buy. We are not the market makers. So if the market makers decide that it should sell, all we are supposed to do is to look for signs. So if it want to sell, it will not just start selling. It will form patterns that will show or indicate, give you signal that I'm about to sell. So once the signal has changed, we don't force our mind that it must buy, no. If we see that the signal has changed. So the reason for putting this here is to see if it breaks up below it. Then I'm looking that it wants to come and test this 50 period moving average. But if you now break below the 50 period moving average, I know it comes to test the 200 period moving average. Do you understand it now? So you'll be able to you'll be guided. So now let's now go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame now, I'm waiting. So you can also see a crossover, but there's something we now see on the 1 hour time frame which will make us to be careful. Now there's a breakout here. There's a gap here. There's a gap here. This is there's a gap here. Now this gap shows down momentum, and whenever there's a down momentum like this, gap like this, market will go up before coming down. So that makes us to be very careful, so that all this buy sign we are seeing is not a trap. So we need to be careful. So however, on the daily time frame, what I can see here is that market has broken above the 50 period moving average. So what I'm expecting is that it's coming to test this 200 period moving average. Let me mark it. So what I'm expecting is market to come and test this 200 period. That's, you need to know that those are the two major moving average that market tests. If it tests the 50 periods, if it breaks through, it's coming to the 200. If you leave the 200, it's coming to the 50. If you leave the 50, so that's what they used to do together. So as it has broken above the 50, definitely it's coming to test this 200 period moving average. Do you understand now? So let's now go back to, even if it's still going to continue its downtrend, but it will test this 200 period moving average. So let's now go to the 30 minutes and see what we can find there. So now on the 30 minutes, you see the market is going up, then it does like it's falling down. Do you get it now? So, and there's already a crossover in all of this one. So what you now do is put another trend line up. Let me change this into line, so I can see it clearly. So I put another trend line here. So I now move to 15 minutes time frame. On that other trend, so when I moved to it, on that, what happened yesterday when I was in when I entered a set position, and that guy was in a what's it called, in a buy position. The market was buying before, but on the lower time frame already. So now this is what I want you to see. On every other time frame, the higher time frames, everything we saw there indicates a buy. But right now, when we get to the 15 minutes time frame, which is a lower time frame, everything here is indicating sell. Do you get it now? So there's a crossover here. The 200 is above, and there's a crossover that shows down, that shows sell here on the 15 minutes. Then on the 5 minutes, it's still indicating sell. So since my bias is buy, what I'll be waiting for is to wait for when the moving average on the lower time frame will cross to confirm what I've seen in the upper time frame. Do you understand now? So if it doesn't confirm what I see in the upper time frame, I won't take any, I won't enter the trade. I'll just be waiting. So since I'm already looking for buy, but on the lower time frame it has not shown any sign of buy, it's still in sell, so you pause. So but if, as how would I put it, so as this, and you can see that it's about to cross here. So this is a 5 minutes time frame. So let's go to the 1 minute. 1 minute is relevant to that trade I took yesterday. Okay, so on the 1 minute, but 1 minute fluctuates a lot, so it crossover, several crossover, so you can use that to judge. So let's start from 5 minutes. So on the 5 minutes time frame, I'll be waiting for a crossover. When it crosses, to indicate, to confirm all the ones up, everything up from daily, 8 hours, 12 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, even up to the 1 hour indicates buy. But from here now it's showing sell. So you wait until this lower time frame confirms what is on the upper time frame. And how you will see that is there will be a crossover. If there is a crossover, that the green crosses over the red, so that means it's about to go up. So then when it now breaks above this trend line, this 30 minutes trend line now, if it breaks above it, all these ones it broke above it, so but it was a fake out. So that's why you must know what is happening in the higher time frame first. So that is all for now. So what else? I think that's all for now. So we're just waiting for, so if it breaks above this now, let's assume that I write this thing now. Let me go to 15 minutes so I can show you something. Now this is 15 minutes time frame. If this market breaks above this trend line now, and I write it from here to this place alone, that's 38 pips, my guy. We are good. You see that? If we go from this place now, it's even higher. Let's assume that this thing come down here and we enter from this down here, from this down here to this place. That's 51 pips, because there's a likelihood that it will proper break down here before it now go up here. So that's all for now. So before we enter a buy here now, we'll wait for a crossover on the lower time frame to confirm what we've seen on the higher time frame. And like I said, we don't force the market. So if I'm looking for a buy and what I'm now seeing is sell, everything is sell, then if the sign is right, if the chart pattern supports it, then we enter a sell. So we don't predict the market, we analyze the market based on the signals that we see, the signs that we see. If you see the sign that it will sell, then enter sell. If you see the sign that it will buy, enter buy. So now we have seen signs that it will buy. So we'll now wait for confirmation signs before we now eventually enter a buy. Do you get it now? So I hope you understand this. I'll see you later.